This is from a section in the book called Christian Sex. So, practice space is dark. Stained carpet covering the drum riser, rough against your face. You sit up, holding your arms tight against your chest in an attempt to warm up. Fucking dreams, you say to yourself, then thrust your hand into a pocket in search of another painkiller. You wrap your fingers around a pill, indifferent to which kind, washing it down with the 2 inches of warm beer left from last night. Fucking dreams, you say aloud, tossing the empty bottle into a corner. You pick up the half-smoked roach from the floor nearby and light it with the kid's skull lighter, rustled from the watch pocket of your jeans. You smoke it down until it burns your cracked, chapped lips. Your yellow-stained fingers crush what remains into the carpet. You stand up, stretch, listen to the crack of your back, stress from weeks of sleeping on the floor. Your mouth tastes of sleep and beer and smoke. Your muscles ache, despite the flow of cannabinoids through your blood, the release of endorphins, dynorphin, enkephalin into your system. You climb into the seat of the trap and pull a pair of sticks from the scabbard. Each one, 66 grams of American hickory, stained dark as beer and night itself. Wooden tips. None of this plastic-coated shit. You grip the shafts, twirl them in your fingers. Precision instruments, little rituals, drumstick daggers. A matched pair of black-handled sonic knives. Magic wands to beat against a drum skin pinnacle. You slide your right foot into the metal shoe with the bass pedal and stamp out 3 short bursts. The sound, low and rich and strong, fills the carpet-walled space, an invocation, opened, summoning the gods of noise and chaos, of revenge. You warm up. A quick pattern on the snare, across the toms and onto the floor tom. You work snare and bass and ride, pumping, pushing against the very fabric of time, inserting as many strokes as you can muster into the beat that is the cosmic metronome. The spirits of 1,000 dark and drumming shamans begin to ascend the spiral staircase of your spine, a continuum of devil drums, bare hands against goatskin djembe, tabla, frenzied bodhran. Keith-crazed tebel players, red-eyed and ecstatic, begin to chant, drawing down Pan Bojalud, the slavering goat god of the dark dreaming night, the father of fear. Military tattoos sound, calling up the hungry dog-like battlefield gods of violence and depravity. Sound of drums, thunder. You release your body to these spirits, your feet, your hands, arms, shoulders, all synchronize, inhabit the rhythm, the heartbeat, the pace. You half close your eyes, lost in percussive current, lulling your head back and forth on the sonic tide. You are unaware of the rivulets of sweat that stream down your face, your quickened pulse, the steam that rises from your body in the night's chill air. You are one, the drummer and the drum. The force of falling sticks, the vibration on the skin. You are the rhythm, you. Your eyes begin to dance behind their shielded lids, inviting a torrent of images, projections against the cavern wall that is your mind. You think of Tish, and she manifests. A touch, a moment lost replaying in your head. She, astride you, her bare skin luminescent in candlelight. She, pinioned to you, arched over you, her elegant palms pressed against your shoulders, her pale feet intertwined with yours, her hips rock to and fro, oceanic in their rhythm. The steady ebb and flow, she gasps, shudders, buries her face in the contours of your skin, nuzzling your ear as she whispers Gnostic secrets. Her hair, scented like cedar, like lavender, plays across your face. Oh, Christian, she mumbles, cupping your face in her hands. I could lose myself in you. She presses her lips to yours and begins to explore the confines, the secrets of your open mouth with her tongue. She draws your breath, your very soul into her eyes. Her tongue glides along, tasting, teasing, twisting around yours, enfolding and enrapture, and you feel the tip of it slide along the pearly battlements that are your teeth. It hesitates a moment, plunges deep into the septic cavern, the battered and devastated wreckage left in the wake of Robbie's pummeling assault. She pulls away, wiping her mouth against the back of her hand. Her skin begins to wither, desiccate. Green fire rages in her sinking eyes. Her long black hair turns gray, brittle, then starts to fall away. Her lips draw back, her nose sinking into a cavity, a cartilage-tipped ruin. Her face a skull twists her head and looks at you through empty, burning sockets. Christian, how could you? And she's gone. Vanished. Your hands and feet, however, take no notice. They continue to rack their rhythmic recitations of stick and drum and spirit. Aaron Locke appears before your entranced and fluttering eyes. She paces to and fro, worriedly smoking a cigarette. He's dangerous, she says. Trouble, a fuck-up. She takes a draw from her cigarette, sucking it to ash and embers with a single long pole. He's an addict. You should talk to him, Christian. You know what he's like. She produces another cigarette from nowhere. It's already lit. It would be best for the band, for both of us, if you were gone, right? You're with me on this, Christian, right? She looks at you as if expecting you to speak. You don't. She continues, repeating everything she said before, like an endless loop recording. She pauses in the same places to smoke her cigarette. She makes eye contact in all the same moments. You puzzle over this pattern, this errand of the automatons, realizing that there's something more, words unsaid, floating through the air. I can't do this anymore. Aaron seems to say, I'm in too deep. I need an excuse, an escape. I need an alibi. Her eyes are pleading. Give me an out, Christian. Give me a way. Then she, too, is gone. The pattern shifts. Driven along on bass and hi-hat, the floor tom, adding resonance and filling the gaps. The next apparition is Robbie Snow, wearing the same vicious, half-drunk grimace as he did that night at the Smoking Monkey. It's Robbie, all right, but his eyes are black and empty holes. He bares his teeth, sharp and dangerous, swinging ironclad fists at you, intent on pummeling you to mash. Steam erupts from his ears like a cartoon locomotive. When he makes contact, it knocks you backward into the bar. You turn to face him, but he's become a wall of flailing fists, each one connecting, driving you back down, driving you into the earth itself. Blood streams from your face, bits of bone, stray teeth floating along amidst debris-choked floodwaters. There is no pain, you realize. Only the illusion of rent and tattered teeth, only the illusion of your adversary, your enemy, your dissembler. Enough, you choke, spitting blood and gore into his face. Enough, he pulls back, uncertain. You drip from his hand, his face. Your pattern reaches its climax, its apex. The build of sound, of drums and beat infusing all. The gods stand ready, lining the walls of the practice space, the goat god behind you, hands upon your shoulder. Your hands are a blur. This is the fastest you have ever played, the most accurate rhythm you have ever found. This is the beat of stillborn stars, of sea-bottom vents, of atoms fucking in the dark. You glare at Robbie Snow. Bring down your stick against the crash cymbal. He shatters as you hit. Shards fall into the floor and disappearing. You set down your sticks. Cross to top the snare. Your hands, your arms, your shoulders ache. Inside your chest, your heart pounds staccato, excited from the grand excursion. You pick up a rag, an old t-shirt from the floor, and mop at your sweat-covered face. You breathe, listening to your pulse. Your breath as it slows down to normal. The door opens, ushering sunlight into the room. Danny Z, guitarist and singer for Sinister Without Smiles, is standing there. What the fuck was that? He calls. I could hear you all the way across the lot. Hell, I could feel you too. What the fuck kind of beat was that? You look up at him, grin your damaged grin. He looks around. You been sleeping in here, Christian? You stand up, still catching your breath. Then pick up your sticks off the snare. The tip of one, you notice, is starting to splinter. Its tip sharp, dangerous. Danny shrugs. I don't care if you do once in a while. I've done it myself. Just don't get caught, okay? You nod. He continues. Check it. I met up with those two faggots from Shithouse, right? Those fuckers managed to pull an opening gig for fucking Oakham Switchblade. Next weekend. Big surprise show. Some Battle with Band showcase. They got a new bass player or some shit. I hear it's that asshole from your old band. He reaches back toward the small of his back. Anyway, you know that old fucked up Univibe pedal they've been bugging me about? Check this shit out. He pulls out an object. Small, steel gray, just larger than his hand, from where it was tucked into his waistband. Look what those Nazi faggot fucks swapped me for it. It's a fucking Parabellum. Otto said it was his granddad's. You know what that means? Step forward, your sticks clutched in your hand, the whole one in your left, the sharp and broken one in your right. This thing's got to be worth what, $600-800 easy, right? Danny turns to tuck the pistol back in his pants, turning his back to you as he does so. Changes his mind. holds it at arm's length, aiming it out the door at a scraggly cat that pauses in the act of walking past to scratch an ear. "Loaded, too," he says, his neck, his back exposed. "Pop, pop," he says, pulling back his hand to imitate recoil. "I wonder if it ever killed anybody." You tighten your grip on the drumstick in your right hand, staring at the thin blue line stretching up and down beneath the skin of his neck. Means to an end, you think, then thrust and bury the tip of the stick in his skin, severing the blue-veined highway. He gasps, gurgles, dropping the pistol to the ground with a clatter. You drag Danny inside, then return to pick up and examine the pistol, thinking,